Gravy, baby.
So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna buy an RV, and it's just gonna be a straight like whenever this is done, whenever Nessie passes, whenever this chapter turns, it's gonna be straight up just on it. Just we're gonna fucking hit the road.
Welcome to Gravy Baby, ladies and gentlemen. So glad you guys are here. That's an update for live from DJ right now. That's his plan of action. I'm here for it. I mean, I wanted to do that for the pandemic but then every rich kid bought every vehicle that was possible to do that in. Hi, Drew. Do you have a plan for the end? I suppose I didn't know we were starting like this, but we are.
I like your hair.
Thanks. Sorry. Is it all fucked up?
No, it looks cute. Did you not get a haircut?
No.
Oh, well then
I think I fell asleep with it wet. It was one of those things where I fell asleep with it wet and it worked out well. Instead of looking like a rooster, I was like, oh, okay. I guess I got curls today.
Yeah, well, it looked good.
Thank
DJ,
you.
I respect your plan. I think it's rad. One thing about having a kid is and I think this is a good thing overall, but it's a hard thing. It's definitely something to think about in general is you sort of are automatically invested in your community and in your society. I mean, unless you're rich, the amount of money it takes to rear a child and then be some semblance of normal and decent without help, I wouldn't even necessarily say help, just having them engage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's borderline impossible. And the temptation to go to the woods or the road,
Mm-hmm.
as it were, it doesn't go away for someone like me anyway. But at the same time, it's that's over. Now there's some peace in that. There's some peace in I don't even need to daydream about it, much less think about it. Can it be done for me anymore?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's rad. Also, DJ. If you want a starter RV, you can just have mine, but you're gonna need a pretty big vehicle to haul it.
Oh no! We're looking. We got it. We've really been able to save a lot of money.
Oh no, I believe you. I just thought it might be nice to have one for a year. You know what I mean? Get sorted.
Get
into the
used
line.
to it. Because
fuck this up, set it on fire in the woods, dog.
Well, I mean, the thing is we'll be able to still come here. This will be home base, but when the giant AI data centers come in and pull all the fucking power and drain all the water and pollute everything, you're gonna have to be mobile.
Can I just say one thing about that's been floating around in my head? Here's what's gravy for me.
Ooh, we're opening with gravy. I like it.
I have some. This has been floating around in my head for a while, and we brought it up on here, and we brought up the reasons it may not matter, but it's not been very cost efficient and or profitable for most people. And now obviously it has been, for example, for Amazon and Apple, because they're the providers.
Mm-hmm.
So they're providing AI to all these companies, and these companies are paying them for the service. But it's it's still trash. They might have rolled this out way too quickly.
Which
is not to say that the data centers aren't going to be built, at least to some regard, and it's not to say that they're not going to pull from the power grid, but the dumbest people alive are trying to pull this off. That's what I'm trying to say. The most ignorant.
I do agree with that. But won't it just all fall into then it'll just be Amazon, and Amazon will be powering their drones to fucking surveil and do all that to surveil the fucking the freedom cities that they build up.
I was fixed to say, but then at some point they're going to be yeah, where are they going to be surveilling, dog? It's not going to be there's going to be no profitable reason for them. I don't know. I've been saying this for years. Everyone's 1984 rules, but you need to read Brave New World. I just feel there's going to be people who really want to be plugged in to that. It's comforting, and they want to get their Amazon delivered to their New York apartment. And then I think the rest of us are going to be able to fuck off. I have just been feeling lately these people are too stupid to figure out how to control or kill us all. And that's not to say that they're not going to control or kill some people. I was thinking about this the other day. Somebody asked me, why I'm not more hopeful. And I'm like, oh, I'm super hopeful. And then they were like, well, why are you down all the time? I'm like, because like the people who are in Alligator Alcatraz, they're already generationally ruined. I'm super hopeful about the next 20 years. It's just that, a lot of people are going to be caught up in some bullshit. Wow. We're into the biscuit 10 minutes in. All DJ said was, I want to get an RV and drive around. And here I am. The mini apocalypse.
The other thing is, like, in the last 2 years, there is a lot of AI companies that are trying to actually not. It's just the shitty ones, the Elon Musk ran companies. Those are the ones that are like really fucking up the communities that they're in. The Meta ones, the Elon Musk ones, but there are companies that are doing it where it's like over the last 2 years, they've already made their impact like 1/1000th as far as like how they're fucking up the earth. So I mean, there's some people who are trying to do it right, and but obviously the bigger companies are the ones that aren't as par for the course. So not only that, but I feel like, I mean, the thing that makes me hopeful is like young people like Gen Alpha. I was watching all these like videos from teachers and shit like that where they're not enchanted by this. They weren't like they don't have an introduction to this technology the way we had it to the internet, where it was like mystical and cool. Like for them, this is all of this is cringe. All of this is annoying and gross and weird. Like they don't even like to text each other because they think that's impersonal. They would rather have so there's like a slow rebellion of what is happening. Not only that, but I do think a class war would happen before the fucking freedom cities get built. And how do you build in the middle of a war?
I agree with you. That's why I'm saying, I think is like, yeah, but like you just said war. Like, it's like people are like, why do you seem sad if you say you're hopeful? It's like, because I think we could win the war, but like, I think it's like, I feel like I am tinfoiled hatted to the gills. I have a hard time even talking with you guys, knowing that people are listening. I cannot talk to my family hardly anymore. I terrify my wife. Everyone else thinks I'm insane. We got mad okra. Yes, our okra is so thick, boy. Dude, we got porn dick okra, dog. I mean, I'm looking at that and I'm like, well, you're not good for much, but you're good for one thing. I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, the reason I have Fighting Okra tattooed on my ass is I wanted to get okra tattooed on my ass, and I was going to do cut okra. And I looked up some pictures and tattoos of cut okra, and it kind of looks like a butthole with dingleberries on it.
Oh, no, yeah.
When you tattoo that, when you put that in black and white, and I thought about doing it in green so it would look more like okra, but I didn't like it. So anyway, that's how I ended up with Fighting Okra.
Gotcha. That makes
Shout out
sense.
Louis, who, if he is listening, and I doubt he is, he's listening on his way to Black Rock City right now. The guy who did my tattoo.
Louis Campo, if you're ever in San Luis Obispo, get yourself an okra on your ass. He does a lot of other stuff too. He's pretty talented, like the kid.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. I didn't have anything. I didn't have any pushback for your comment on AI or the new generation. I just think we're having a conversation, or I was in my head anyway, about more than just AI. I think that Trump is accelerating the deterioration of this empire and the fascistization of this empire, turning on its own people. And again, it's hard for me to talk about it without feeling like I sound insane or alarmist to people. At the same time, I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? Motherfuckers walking around with the National Guard in the capital city. We have literal concentration camps being built.
Yeah.
It's insane if you're not freaked out.
Yeah. Yes.
But I am broadly hopeful.
Yeah.
I just don't think that they have the tech cohesiveness, et cetera, whatever many words they need to like win. And win in this case means put all of us under their thumb in some sort of weird technocratic.
I mean, yeah, I get that. I 100% feel like it's just a race against time. What's going to happen first? Uprising or the fucking tech? Really?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's really what's going to happen first. And I got to be honest with you, I don't look like there's much of a.
Well, the problem is like there is a lot of rebellion, there is a lot of protest, there is a lot of people doing that, but none of it is being shown. I mean, they're not even advertising.
We're like protest, though, aren't we?
Sure,
aren't we like?
But
we're at the point of a massive, major strike, followed by like that.
But that is also being organized as well. That's what I'm saying. That's being organized as well. So I mean, there's supposed to be a 5-day economic blackout in September. So I mean, but we'll see. I mean, it does work. Obviously, it's Target was a good example. It does work. If we do not participate in society for 5 days, dog. I mean, you saw what happened during the pandemic when shit shuts down. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. So, I mean,
look, man, I'm doom-filled, but I hope everybody. I mean, I don't participate. This is as much participating in society as that's going to happen to me this week. Well, that's actually not true. I've been to the hardware store at least 537 times.
Nice.
But this is a special week with a special project. But
if you're going to travel around in an RV, you're going to have to participate in some hardware stores.
Yeah.
Who says that, Dre? Drew?
Everyone I know who's ever traveled around.
Yeah, you know about my RV already.
No. I don't know if you and everyone
even have an RV, Drew.
Yeah, so like, there you go.
You have to dump your shit water, though, DJ. You have to dump your shit water somewhere, and unless you're doing it in the ocean, like a fucking Carnival cruise, you have to hook up somewhere.
Now y'all both on me telling me about like I'm bush broke. I shit in the woods. I ain't got no problem with that. I've been bush broke since I was a young man.
Hold on. All I said was, aren't you gonna have to at least get on Facebook Marketplace to get the RV?
I can't get on.
He's locked Facebook. Out. He's been off social media for a week.
Oh yeah, because the hacking. So how are you gonna get an RV? You just gonna go to RV World? Let's steal one, dude.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. There's actually a couple places up here that have really rad RVs that I've been dreaming about stealing one for so long. There was this giant one that somebody was trying to sell for over a year here in this town, and they kept slashing the price. They had overpaid for it, as you had alluded to, Carmen, during the pandemic. And I thought, what if I just go to this guy, don't tell him my real name, and I'm like, look, buddy, leave the keys somewhere, get it fully insured, I'll steal it. You report it stolen. You don't say nothing about me or anything like that. I'll wait 2 years. I'll paint it pink. I'll go get a rebuilt title of one from a junkyard. I'll slap it on this one. You get your money from the insurance company. I get an RV for the $5,000 I'm going to hand you right now.
I mean, that's people been doing that with vehicles in cities for years. I mean, that sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Yeah, these country cops don't know how to deal with that. Yeah, I think he stole it. Fuck, I don't know. I guess he hotwired it. Who did? I don't know. I had it up here for sale by this Mexican restaurant.
Why'd you say he?
Assuming that it's a man, because women don't know how to hotwire stuff.
That's right. Where you live, that's true. Women don't know stuff.
And I am going to send Andy to do it, so we're already 8 steps ahead. You can't change the system, but you can turn it on itself, guys. Dude, I thought that was a good plan. When I called the guy, well, let's not get into it.
What? Was he not for it?
No.
What?
He cussed me out.
Oh, come on.
What the hell's the matter with you? I was like, I have nothing, buddy. I just thought it might be a good way to get rid of your RV you can't get rid of, big guy.
Yeah.
Who is this? Who the fuck is this? I said, I already told you. My name is Ricardo.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude. Mexican dick. I work at the Mexican restaurant. That's how I'm looking at it all day. Anyway, but I didn't get to do that.
Some people they just really don't see the big picture, you know?
Some people don't want to do crime, Carmen.
I know.
That's something I've learned multiple times. Not just from like straight-laced dudes who have nice RVs. I mean, like, I'm talking about heathen trash folks that I hang out with in the gutter. They don't want to do real crime. They're like, oh, you mean smoke weed in the alley? I'm like, no, fucking mail fraud. And they're like, I'm scared.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like now is the best time to do it.
Best time ever.
Yeah.
It's the best time ever to do crime. But as DJ pointed out, and it was so funny, everyone kept saying, be gay and do crime. Be gay, do crime. Be gay, do crime. And then that, what's his name? George. What's his name, DJ?
Floyd.
George Soros.
George Floyd.
That ain't-
He said George Floyd. I said Soros. So which George? George of the Jungle.
Maybe it's
Curious
not
George.
That senator who was pretending to be a right-wing Republican.
Santos.
George Santos was gay and did crime, and everyone got mad at him. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's, you know what it reminds me of? This is what I wanted to fucking talk about.
Okay, he's fired up. There we go. Drew's back.
We've gotten so good, and I think being online is part of this. At like the first example is like, it's not hard to imagine a liberal in a Che Guevara t-shirt telling people how they shouldn't protest violently. It's like, you wanted the experience of being a revolutionary, so you bought your t-shirt, a Hot Topic, and like that's a low-hanging fruit one. We all know about that one. But there's this thing of like getting the experience. These dudes walk around Walmart in their grunt core shirts with their gun on their hip here, and I'm like, you were scared. But you want so badly to the experience of being a badass. My friend was telling me about his dad. He does patrols with other men at their mega church. He was laughing at his dad for being, and I'm like, they want so bad to feel like the Green Berets they watch on TV, but they don't, almost none of them have any of that in them.
Yeah, that's why they're not in the green fucking berets.
But they want so badly. So I was at the airport yesterday, and they had a speakeasy at the Denver airport, and I was just laughing so hard at like, you have to, at the Denver airport, it's one of the busiest in America. I think it's the second busiest. It's very high tech. They take your picture. You don't even give them your ticket. Like they are so hooked in with the government's database that it's like, my point being, you're going to go here and like cosplay as an outlaw. Yeah. To get in this building, you had to give everything up. There's such a disconnect for me. Like, I understand wanting to pretend. I'm the biggest pretender in the world. I love it. I got 1 million costumes in my closet right now. I'm not suggesting that I don't get suspending belief. I'm suggesting that we are so fucking addicted to identity and just trying them on. It's not that nobody wants to be nothing. It's that everybody wants to be everything. And so we are nothing. I don't know where I'm going with this, but
who is we? Number one.
Most people in this society, no, but most people.
Are you pointing this at me?
Absolutely not. Quite literally the opposite.
You're definitely the outlier in this rant that he's doing.
About me.
You don't.
And it's intoxicating, and I get that. I get what's appealing about it, but it just seems like people keep trying on. It's like in college, you're supposed to try on different identities. In high school, you're supposed to try on different identities. It's like we got addicted to that, and we've just been doing it now. I think it's millennials. You know what? That's another reason I'm not talking about you, DJ. I think it's our biggest problem. I think that we are mostly, I'm speaking of mostly, decent people who want the world to be decent. I think millennials are the wokest generation. I mean that in a good way. But I just think that we're addicted to, like, the experience. It's even like protesting for a lot of people was like about the experience of being that person. And that's why shit ain't popping off right now. Because we ain't about it.
No.
But we're going to see America at the airport. We're taking our picture.
Yeah, I don't see Americans being shaken nut for quite some time.
It could change overnight, though. Like, I agree with you, DJ, but I do feel like, and then sometimes people are like, well, fuck it. I mean, it only takes one decision to kind of make you that person.
Right. I mean, that's how the Arab Spring popped off, right? It was like, there was like all these problems, and then like one fruit vendor got whatever, he got killed, and then it was like, you never know which direction it's going to come from either, dude. It could pop up, it could ripple. I mean, the right, as far as like the far right, is pretty goddamn fired up, man. They're pretty goddamn fired up. So if this shit in Venezuela goes south, if you end up back in fucking Iran, if some shit like that goes down, if the wrong thing pops off with the wrong person, yeah, it could definitely happen. But for the most part, man, I don't know, man. It feels like nobody wants to do that shit. I don't blame them. I don't fucking want to do it. Fucking rise up, dude. All my knees cracked. My
I feel
goddamn
like
back.
more of this is happening than you guys realize because they're not advertising it. Like people are organizing and shit like that, and these things are happening. I mean, dude, if they're not advertising CEOs getting murdered, they're definitely not advertising people fucking organizing and getting together.
There are some things like that, but also it's like every other time you hear about something, it's about the DSA is fucking collapsing in on itself, and fucking like these organizations, like these workers' unions, are like totally either capitulated or fucking. So I know that there are fucking small pockets, and I feel like small pockets of, especially suburban areas, will be able to definitely defend whatever they got to defend. Like you can fucking defend. You get a few fucking enough people with a fucking right know-how could defend a few city blocks for some time. You could also defend, a few hundred, maybe not. It depends on how many people you got. You won't got too many. Maybe like if you had 20 acres, you got the right amount of people, you could defend that. But
I think we've jumped ahead, at least in my mind, which I guess is sort of our point, or my point, Carmen. I know that there are people organizing. I do genuinely feel like this is where I feel crazy. This is kind of what I was getting at earlier, that organization, the goal of people, in my opinion, of people like Peter Thiel right now is to make organization obsolete.
Right.
And so the question then is, if they get there, and again, we're saying if. I know that there's people listening like, what the fuck are they talking about? I'm talking about how the fucking National Guard is taking over DC. Are you talking about they literally did that?
Are you ready to defend yourself?
No one's shooting at them. And I'm not saying that you should. If you live in DC, I'm not saying shoot at the National Guard. No. I'm saying that if they continue to do that, if enough governors keep sending them troops and enough troops fall in line and they continue to just do this, I don't know that in America, I don't think you can march your way out of that.
No, I agree. I think I don't
know if anyone is going to shoot their way out of that.
I think
a few people may try, but I don't know if they'll be successful either.
Right. No, I think what is happening now is people are arming themselves. I think that's what I mean by organizing, as I think like preparing for a battle, not
I know a
protesting.
Lot more people are talking about it. I know I see a lot of people talking about buying guns, and I've been talking about it.
Same.
Anyway, listen, if you're not ready to defend, all I'm saying is if you're not ready to defend that protest, I don't think right now you're ready to protest. And that's just how I feel about it, man. It's like if you're not ready, because they're coming at you, dude. They'll be bulldozing fucking housing projects in goddamn fucking Washington D.C. in a fucking year, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but as ICE, for an example, there's like a bunch of ICE agents that are all quitting because they're being their lives are being threatened, and some of them are people are getting beaten the shit out of, people are getting shot at, like shit like that is happening. So I'm saying, like,
I am hopeful that I'm wrong about that part of it. I know like there are leftists who have been fighting and been willing to fight.
Oh, for sure.
Doing violence and willing to do violence and willing to threaten violence. I was speaking, I guess, by and large, about the millennial generation. I think that we are, in fact, the best, nicest people generationally that America has right now, but that hasn't amounted to anything. But it could be sick.
My whole thing is like it's easy to sit here and talk about it. It's easy to go buy a gun. It's not easy to be in the sewers while fucking goddamn drones chase you. It's not fucking easy.
And I guess I'm saying I do think we're 5 years from that, but I am worried about it because, like, again, if there's anyone listening and you're like, what the fuck are they talking about? Again, just look at what's going on in DC. Like, it's we're not.
There's national troops in DC for quote unquote crime when they have the lowest crime rate that they've ever had in the last 25 years. So it's just like it's just egregious. So I get it.
Yeah, you should feel crazy, I think. I mean, unless you've been on this.
I think that's the point of it too, though, is for you to be crazy. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, I still feel like the nukes are coming between 2027 and 2030. So, like, this is just like
I was gonna say, unless you've been annoyed it out like DJ here, you should feel crazy. DJ feels validated, and he should.
I mean, this is just a general failure of the state and how it just continues to fail. I mean, I thought Biden amongst his many failures was how deeply he pushed fucking Russia and China together, and then followed by Iran, and now we have them handing all of South America and fucking India straight into this. Like, we have made. Like, if the motherfucker get a peace prize for anything, it's for fucking consolidating these nations, these like problematic nations, like especially India and China. All these countries, people were like, "There's no way that this will ever happen," and then lo and behold,
yeah,
you'd have a massive block.
Yeah, BRICS if they put aside all their differences and become a cohesive world power, we will be to blame.
100%, and it's looking like it's that way with all this trying to secondary tariffs, 500% on India, and then India going to China and meeting together, and their foreign minister coming out and talking about, who's buying the most of Russian oil? It's fucking the EU. You know what I'm saying? But you got the wrong number, pal, and it's like, it's fucking crazy. Well, China probably does, but with the oil, but you know what I mean.
Well.
Not only that,
what
but
I'm saying is this is a failed state, and so the state's just going to continue failing. And like, I don't know.
Yeah, I just want you guys to know that I'm dumb enough to still be hopeful as well, even through this. So that's kind of where I lie with all of it. Whether I have to pick up arms myself or not, like.
Man, I wouldn't fucking fight for nothing. This raggedy ass goddamn fucking country got to offer.
I'm talking about people, not for the country, silly. I'm talking about.
I mean, well, then you wouldn't fight. You would fucking find a way, like I've said, to be the Han Solo, to be the smuggler, get people antibiotics.
I'm so good at smuggling. I'm already playing.
Dude, I'm gonna put. That's what I'm talking. The Han Solo of Appalachia, right here, riding a robot dog, shooting drones with a tater gun. Fucking spearing fucking robots. You know what I'm saying? Fucking
hell yeah, dude.
Giving all the good people. Well, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna help you get through this. I got some goddamn big ass okras. We can fucking put these bitches in the tater gun, motherfucker. What you talking about?
That's a dart.
It's a dart. We do blow darts.
Okra dart.
Fucking sea dart.
I do love that we went from the Biscuit into an action film. This was very.
No, this is still the Biscuit. You don't know about Gutter Bumpkin and Okra Boy riding through Appalachia on a fucking ship, but we know about it.
Dude, the chances of us meeting like a dog man or a goddamn Sasquatch under those conditions are like. So then you got your own Chewbacca. Right?
This is what DJ's excited about. He's trying to get
He's
your
just
own
cryptid.
He's got his own cryptid and robot that's running around with him.
Yeah.
Fighting them dogs with metal teeth. You know about that, Carmen?
Oh, goddamn. Yeah.
Carmen, you know about that?
No, I don't.
Okay. Again, I know that we got some people listening who are like, man, I can't wait for you to get back on the podcast because they're nuts when you're not there. No, it's nuts. It's nuts. And then sometimes I'm here, but it's nuts. Carmen, there's a book out right now about the Fort Bragg cartel and where they talk about, a tale as old as time, someone in the government running ops, pretending that it is a security op, when in fact it's just a drug running op so they can, crack down on drugs, but really they just want to be the drug dealer and make millions upon millions of dollars. Well, as part of that, these motherfuckers had dogs with titanium implant teeth. Now, I don't care what you say. Someone had to approve that, who at the very least was 2 degrees removed. Like, there was somebody who helped on that or signed a piece of paper who didn't get any drug money. they just thought, well, I guess these boys need these dogs. I don't know what they're doing. I've learned not to ask Delta too many questions.
Yeah, eating motherfuckers' brains. They had to take all the dog's teeth out and send him home so it's fucking toothless.
Yeah,
So
when
they
they
got
retired the dog, they had to remove his teeth because they didn't know how to like untrain it, and I guess they didn't have the heart to kill it. Which I don't know. Why didn't you kill the dog?
You should have killed the dog.
Yeah,
That's the only time you'll hear me be pro killing the dog. If you train a dog to be a titanium brain eater,
yeah, you got to put that guy down.
Not only because it can't be around kids, it also has to be killed because it can't ever be happy again. I would imagine that if you as a dog are trained to do that and then somebody lets you, you'll never feel that good in your dog life than when you get out there with your boys munching on brains.
That's peak predator right there.
Munching brains, dude. And the thing about that is too, and I want to say this to the people who aren't ever listening to our podcast, but all this like manly manosphere, grunt core, gun on my hip, the thing is, if there are people willing to do that, willing to like, you gotta fill out some paperwork to get titanium teeth in a dog. Like you gotta know a guy inside the government who's 5 layers down in a bunker, in a lab that nobody knows about. And again, Carmen, as far as like verified, this is not like written. This is real.
Okay.
There's video
of the dogs
of the titanium teeth. You can see them.
So what I'm saying is, if you're like part of that, if that's like the kind of dude you're willing to be, we really could be what all these dudes pretend to be. Like I'm just fighting for the freedom of the world of my country and pretend like it's so warped is what I'm saying. It's just so insane.
I mean, it sounds insane.
Right. So that's who you're telling all these people who shop at Trader Joe's to take up arms against.
Well, I mean, would you prefer the gulag? I don't understand.
Royal you. I didn't mean to attack you. I meant me.
No, I get it.
It's just such a funny concept, dude.
Right, but they don't still have the dogs. Like, I feel like that's the concern, is you think they still have all kinds of...
They get more dogs. They might have killed the guy who had to do it. Isn't that the whole thing? How do you go from vet school to that?
That's the whole thing about ops, especially when you're under the guise of a government or something like that, is if you're going to do something illegal under the guy, you have to be able to hide it. You have to be able to cover it up. So, I mean, that's why those, you know what I'm saying? Like the guy who approved that probably got offed or got relocated or you know what I'm saying? Like you're not going to keep that out there.
Dude,
no,
I totally. Everybody should listen to anything that Seth Harp. He was on TrueAnon. He was on Chapo. Seth. I think it's Seth Harp. It's Sport Bragg Cartel. Listen to it. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Covert action is what they do. They do.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Have either of you ever read Tree of Smoke? It's a masterpiece by Dennis Johnson.
Negative.
It's a novel about a guy who was doing ops in the Southeast Asia. The novel's about him losing his mind, but it's also about him finding out and kind of realizing that, like, neither he nor anyone who was his enemy nor his boss, the guy he reports to, has ever really worked for anyone. That the op on top of the op on top of the op has all been a smokescreen. Like at some point you get too many smoke screens down and you're actually just enjoying running ops. Yeah. I'm not doing a great job of describing it, but it's really, really haunting and harrowing. And like, I don't know. I was just thinking about it to your point, Carmen, of like, well, they don't have the dogs anymore. Yeah, but they're crazy.
Yeah.
And they're fucking sniffing their own farts here. These were gods. I mean, you see the pictures of them standing by stacks of money. These are regular people turned into gods.
Yeah. And they come back. And they come back here and they're fucking still nuts. They're fucking out of their goddamn mind.
Right. Right.
How could you not be?
Yeah, right. Exactly. What's crazy is there's a higher mortality rate for these people in the United States than there is for them actually. Like they was it like 9 years
But that's my
in
point.
Afghanistan, and they did lose one person. Then they got back here. Well, they're all killing each other. That's the thing. It was like 24 murders, and it's all like drug related and cartels and shit. It's fucking crazy,
Right, because you
dude.
can't play anymore. You got to understand, if you think about it in the context of crazy, this is, if you can't get that feeling anymore, you're going to try to figure out how to find it. You see what I'm saying? Like you'll find that's how you get ops, is you have to go into the dark whatever market of some sort. You have to go into drugs, you have to go into arms, you have to go into some to have ops in a state that's like this. That's why you
Also,
actually should be for the demise of it, so you can get back to it.
and you can also, after smuggling fucking massive amounts of cash and fucking heroin from Afghanistan, I mean, you're pretty much in the drug trade.
Right.
You are fucking drug trade at that point.
I guess what the part that doesn't make sense to me is, why wouldn't you want to do that against the government? Why, like, if that's the case, if you become this huge
all the government,
what?
They became the government to be the government.
Yeah, they're the government. That's the government
power, dude.
None of
That's
this
what they
money
end up
is
getting killed here. That's, you know what? Let me say that about, let's get back to the hope of what we were talking about before. There is, in almost every American, whatever side of the political spectrum you're on, even if it's bullshit, most of us have a belief that we don't want a king. Like, even if it looks like a bunch of motherfuckers been pining for one for a long time, it looks to me like, but everyone believes they don't want that. So maybe these dudes are getting shot here because they just come back and try to rule everybody, and then like their old lady poisons them or something. But no, these people are the government, Carmen. They want to be I don't know. I just think
there was a guy. Yeah, there's plenty of people.
I feel nuts all the time. Everything is a sci-fi nightmare right now.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, it's all right. It's fine. I mean, it's awful. It's just going to get worse. But,
I love
coming. You know what I mean?
He said it in such a way that it sounded almost like he was saying something hopeful.
Maybe he was saying to live in the present. Maybe this DJ was like, well, listen, guys, this is as good as it's going to get for a little while. So we might as well enjoy it.
Enjoy the now, as it will only get worse.
Yeah, we're going to get some pumpkin beer soon.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's going to be right.
If you have a certain amount of money and you live in certain areas, you'll be completely insulated from this, especially if you have white skin and you want to be.
I don't know about that. I think that the fault. I think, like, I think that America has done so much meddling and craziness that it's time that we can't survive another 100 years with this amount of just pure destruction of the actual literal earth. I mean, you say that much you want to about anything else, like. Something's got to fall, and apparently they're not going to go down without a fucking massive yell. So it's like, is this the sacrifice we give for a future? Is this the sacrifice we as Americans are giving for a better future for the world until America gets its shit together? Then yeah, that's something we're gonna have to do.
Yeah, I guess I was just talking about little like. That's a very broad, I think, accurate way to look at it. It's very broad. I do feel like I think there's a lot of people who are just going to be able to kind of ride it out. That's not to say they're not going to have to like make hard decisions and things are going to be different. I just think that, well, anyway, I feel like I'm getting into predicting the future, and I don't really want to do that.
What do you want to do?
I was going to ask you, what are you doing this weekend? Have you been on the road? I was in Denver. Thanks for everyone who came out to the shows.
I'll be in Denver September 26th and 27th. Make sure you guys come out and see Stand Up at the End of the World.
Dude, Stand Up at the End of the World is weird. Is that what you guys were talking about when I first got on here?
Well, I was busting DJ's balls because you know how he threatens to never do stand up again, and how much we like. It's funny to me that he like edges us about it. If and when, and he's saying he's 100% never going to do stand up again, and I was like,
literally saying I'm never going to do it again. I said it's never going to happen again. I am slowly going to phase out of just life. You know what I'm saying? And just be a roaming nomad with probably a couple dogs and a cat and a goat or whatever, and a little RV. Yeah, parts here. Yeah, probably stay here through the summer and then go somewhere cool during the winter, you know.
Yeah, I could see how living on the road would make it impossible to tour.
It has nothing to do with it. It has to do with
I know. I was just
You're just going to live a comedian's life without doing the work of the comedian. I get it.
I believe you. I believe him.
I do too. No, I was just busting his balls. So I was talking to Clay Jones. You know Clay Jones, a comedian. He opened for you in Asheville, or I think another Athens. Whatever.
Laney Farmer opened for me in Athens. No one named Clay opened for me in Asheville. This kid's lying to you. I'll kill you, Clay Jones. Lying on my name like that. I'm mostly busted balls.
Yeah, I know. I could be saying the wrong thing, but he was just saying that he was excited because we started off, we were talking about, I think I was streaming, and then I mentioned DJ or something like that because something reminded me of him. And then Clay Jones, who was at the show DJ and I did in Asheville, he was just saying how funny DJ was. And I was like, I know, I can't stand that he says he's going to stop doing stand-up, because he said that even before we did those shows together. And I was like, I hate that he says it because he's so funny, so it always bums me out to think that he would never do it again. And that's really all it was. And then he said, and then you came up because we were talking about the podcast, and he was like, I love Drew. He always makes me so laugh and like think about things I never thought about before. I'm so glad I got to open for him. So, I mean, this is a really long way to go to lie about having hosted for you at some point.
The lie part was a bit. I remember Clay. He's got like long blonde hair.
Yeah.
He's very funny. He does short jokes, and I always appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because I don't do that, so I like watching it, you know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anything that's different from yourself. I get it. So yeah, that's just how we got into it. And I was talking about him doing stand-up at the end of the world. Because I have a friend in Ukraine that does stand-up amidst all of this. Like, they're in tunnels, and I do think it is an asset.
DJ would do that.
That's what I'm saying.
We have a fucking tunnel show. DJ
Come on, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Him
swearing it off when you have like a group of people who are in fear for their lives.
You've been offered a 5-ration meal drink ticket, DJ. You didn't even know about doing it under the radioactive light of a tree that glows in the dark.
Yeah,
you don't even know about that.
There's still drink tickets, but it's clean water, dog. You're doing that show.
Pills. We're gonna pay you in iodine pills, brother. Come through.
The fuck out of here, man. To feed those fucking animals, to feed that goddamn goat. Don't act like you wouldn't tell some.
I'm gonna eat that goat. If we're in the situation where I'm doing stand up for fucking iodine pills, I'm gonna eat the fuck up the goat. Okay, the goat ain't nowhere to be seen. That mother have been thrown in a pot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, DJ, I heard about a show up in Poughkeepsie. They pay you in pots. How you gonna cook the goat?
Yeah.
Listen, seriously, man.
Never say never.
I'm not interested. Dre's trying to get me to go because we're big Channel 5 fans.
Hell yeah, dude.
I love Andrew. Just
I
love
bought a t-shirt today, and then I was like, what's this for? Like, who am I trying to let know that? Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No, I know exactly. I almost bought a horror t-shirt. And I like how I've been starting my day. Fucking I love it. It's so great. It's all just so great. Music and everything. Art is so good. You know, it's like you think about like the whole thing. Oh, anyways, so Dre wants to go see fucking the Channel 5 circus, whatever they're doing now. And I was like, I thought about it, and then I was like, yeah, I think I'd rather no. Like I don't want to be in traffic. I don't want to be around people. Like I don't.
Is that
It'd be
the only
great.
reason why?
Yeah, because I'm lazy. I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd rather, you know,
Mm.
Yeah. But you
I
do
mean-
want to see it?
I want to go with her to experience a thing, like a thing, and do a thing with her. But I don't necessarily want to drive 2 hours. Yeah, have to drive back at night, and like all of that just seems so like I'm not.
That's
I'm
really
not gonna-
sweet, and it's a really good instinct to want to like experience things with your partner. But I'm wondering if you are interested in the live version of whatever it is he does.
No, not honestly. No.
The reason I said that is Jesse Wales, folk singer, folk's back.
Oh,
I
he's
like
so
Jesse
good.
Wales songs.
Mhm.
Andy was like, yo, he's at the Bijou, let's go. I was like, I'm so uninterested in that. And she's like, oh, why? And then I had to think. I was like, I don't know. Let me think about it. And then I was like, and this is no shade to Jesse Wells.
No, 'cause he's
this probably
great.
applies.
Mhm.
This probably applies to me for some people. But I was like, that sounds like going to a class. Like that,
Yeah.
that doesn't like I love what this dude does, but I almost love it on the medium of doom scrolling, where it's like refreshing as you're doom scrolling to hear someone tell the truth and do it in a way that is very talent backed, kind of like with Channel 5. But then it's like, but that's not, I don't think that's what I'm after in a live show. I'm trying to
Right.
think about what I'm after in a live experience and why. Anyway, I thought that was
What is
interesting.
it?
that
What's
you
the
had that
thing you're
thought.
looking for in a live experience then?
I think escapism, and I think that getting caught up in that is wrong, and I know that, but doing it 2 or 3 times a year is not.
Mhm.
I don't think I want to go to the Bijou Theater and see a bunch of people kind of have this catharsis about Big Pharma and war and all the things Jesse speaks on, and then we just kind of leave. I think it would make me sad. Like, unless we left that concert and set something on fire, I think it really bummed me out. Like, I don't know. And that's me. I know that I have a bad problem if that's how I feel, but that's how I feel. If I went to the Channel 5 thing and, like, didn't come away with, like, a bomb in my car, like, I think I'd be like, I don't know what I just did.
I have I have an alternative theory. Do you think perhaps that maybe because the way that you do stand up and you do commentary on stuff, you feel like, I mean, you're going to see yourself in a different form.
Yeah, I said to Andy, I said, I think if I go there, it would feel more like a 2-hour class. And then the next thing I sent her was, oh no, I bet people say that about me, and that's why we're poor.
I love Drew, but his stand-up's kind of like a class.
Yeah. And then I thought about how I leaned away from that, not in the last 7 or 8 months, but before that, I wrote mostly about my son. I was like, well, this is relatable and it's something I care about.
Mm.
And it did not work. I have some great jokes, but it also, like, it didn't fix me or my career problems. It neither made me rich nor made me feel better. So yeah, I do think that's part of it, Carmen. But I think that's only half of it. I really do think part of it is like, that's not, I acknowledge that when I go see something live, for the most part, I am going to be entertained. There are some counterexamples to that where I like expect and hope to be moved. Those are few and far between.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like hey, casually, you want to go be moved this Friday? It's like, well, that's, I don't know, maybe what's happening, like,
Yeah.
like there's nothing wrong with being entertained.
Well, also, we're in a situation currently where we're being moved against our will via doom scrolling, via all of those things,
Oh my God, you're so right.
So it's like, they're weeping in your own bedroom because the protests in Israel, like stuff like that. Like there's all of these things that are like emotionally intense happening to you more often than maybe perhaps previously. So going specifically for an experience that that's going to happen, you're like, I don't know if I want to do that now. I mean, that's just another theory.
No, I think that one might be, I'll have to think more about that one. Maybe it's just like setting off all these alarms because it's not one I'd thought of.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely that's part of it.
But DJ, would you go to a horror show? Would you go to HO 9909? No, you
No.
no interest.
No interest.
Well, that's
Too loud.
Too loud.
It's a thing about it's just this. I'm not interested in. I'm not interested. I have more than enough here to keep me both busy and occupied and fulfilled and I don't need it. And it sounds like a fucking chore.
I can't tell
I don't
if
want.
this is isolationism or if you've genuinely are fulfilled. And I don't know if this is stripping you of you.
So I was just thinking, is this really healthy or really unhealthy?
Listen, I have a amount of time here. This is transitory, and that's in life, but also like here at this specific place with Nancy, with the goats, with the dogs, with the farm. This isn't a forever thing.
Gotcha.
And this is a window in time.
So you're trying to bask in this as long as it exists, is what you're saying.
I have enough. I don't need anything else.
So that does make me think that you can't say you never would.
What would I say that I'm saying right now.
I'm not suggesting that you did say it. I apologize. I'm not trying to paint you in a corner. Carmen and I are just trying to decide if this is healthy or not.
Yeah.
We're not going to try to make you change if we decide.
Hey, wait, I'm not paying either of you.
I know. I'm saying we weren't going to try to make you change.
Yeah.
Oh, you're an isolationist. Oh, your RV sucks. That's all I get.
Listen,
I'm a truth teller. I'm just
listen.
Truth.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna speak truth to truth real quick.
That's all it is.
I'm not gonna hear this from either of you. There's not ever gonna be a day where either of you tries to tell me not to tell you how to live your life. That's all I get.
Listen, I'm gonna go to going to Bobby's wedding definitely, and when I do that, I will be fucking so glad to be there. And so I'm already happy about coming back. It's like, in a month, I'm already, and that's like 45 minutes away. So it's just like down the street.
Yeah.
So it's only
I think part of
that's something that I would do. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. I understand.
I do think there's something to be said for. No, I'm afraid DJ's going to think I'm analyzing him when I'm really just thinking about myself, but there's no need to. We can move on.
If you lived in Athens, I would probably see you like once every couple of months or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I would drive up that often. You will not come to Athens. The last time you came to Athens, you ghosted me in the middle of the trip.
There was a lot going on.
I know. I'm not mad at you. I think that when I move to Athens, I will see you, but I think it'll be because I drive up the mountain, and I'm fine with that.
Okay, could be.
No, I think I'll get more out of coming to you than you will get out of coming to me.
Okay.
You know, like going up into the mountains and then getting to hang out with my friend, that's 2 pluses. Whereas you're like, I want to see you, but I'm going to feel guilty. By the time you get there, you're going to be sweating. You'll probably call me on the way, but I had to turn around, dude. God damn, I'm sorry, man. Like, I don't know what I saw, but like, you ever seen? And I'll be like, yeah, I've seen a combination KFC Taco Bell, and I understand why that made you sad. It makes me sad. It is kind of gut wrenching. Speaking of, the other day, I got one of those like situations where they wouldn't put a human on the phone, and I didn't cry or yell.
Oh, nice.
I just set the phone down and walked away, but I had it on speaker, and I just didn't do anything until they finally put me through. It says, like, if you're silent, they'll just be like, all right, well, we want his money. Let's figure out what this is.
Yep. We learned so much about y'all's dynamic in the last 3 minutes. This is pretty impressive. We learned so much.
What do you mean?
Oh, no, it's
We may not be able to move to Athens. We owe a hospital there a lot of money, and we're not going to pay it.
Wait. You're talking about
that's the KFC. The thing they least expect me to do,
which is
move in next door to the hospital.
Move into the hospital.
Move into the hospital. That's right.
They bill you for that.
Yeah. So what is it? Add it to the tab, dog. Late stage capitalism. You think those collection agencies are gonna be armed? That shit ain't gonna happen when it pops off. Credit don't matter when we're in a there's a class war going on.
Dude, I know. I think about that a lot. I'm trying to buy a house there. Once I get it bought, it's going to be real hard for them to get me to do anything I don't want to do. Like, once I'm like, no, but I don't need, like, all the things you could do to me won't, unless, until they bring back debtor's prison, which they will.
I think that's the thing that when we talk about the gulag, I think that is specifically what DJ's referring to is a debtor's prison, the free labor camps.
I don't know. That's a little different now, being $37 trillion in debt. I don't know if that's going to be, I don't know that as many people are in debt in America.
Yeah,
that's one of those things.
I was going to say, that's the pot.
Yeah.
You're going to put the whole country in debt prison.
Yeah, I know.
Well, no, guys, they're going to start with, your people.
Student loans.
And then they're going to come for they'll do it by identity politics.
I don't have
They'll
any
do it by
student
people
debt.
anyone who hates an airport speakeasy is going to the gulag. It's going to be, sorry, this is harsh. It's going to be murder the trans people, enslave the brown people, flip a coin with the black people. And then at some point, they're going to get to the raging leftist whiteys like me. And they'll be like, I don't know, make him do our taxes or something.
Okay, so you think the labor is going to be a privilege? That you think that's going to be the best case scenario is the...
Well, if you compared it to death, but no, I mean, compared to what? I didn't mean to say it was a privilege. I just meant like...
No, but I'm saying that's the white privilege. Like, that is the white privilege of this, is you get in a labor camp and not murdered or enslaved.
No, I'm saying that's brown privilege. White privilege is you might get to be an accountant.
That's
also, let's be honest, white privilege is they won't put you in it.
Sure.
So let's choose a few of us who are real mouthy. Let's get dark. Getting dark.
And you think the episodes with just DJ and I are wild? Fuck you guys. Sure,
Me?
we're all no, the people listening, the elusive people that messaged you that it goes off the rails.
They put it in the comments, dog. They ain't messaging me. They want the whole world to know.
We talked about Little Debbie's and fucking a band.
I don't think it was last week. I think it was like a few weeks ago.
Sure, I know, but I'm
something
being
about getting the
fake
adults
mad.
in the room and tinfoil hat. I was like, God damn, DJ, what were you talking about? And he told me. I was like, well, I don't know why they're acting like I would have made that any better.
I know. That was a weird thing to make. Anyways, hey, man.
Listen to me. That is the only upshot that I have with the only time I get the benefit of the doubt is that area. So don't you dare try to take that from me now. Like, I acknowledge it. This, for whatever reason, people act like I don't say crazy, insane nonsense. They're like, finally, someone who's going to be reasonable. And I'm like, murder cops. Kill your banker. And they're like, yeah, but you said it right, But it's the only place I get the benefit of the doubt with our fans. The only place.
I just know we appreciate your comments. We read them. We love you. We're not going to try to do any better. We're just,
Isn't that comforting?
But we see you. We see your thing.
You will always have something to complain about. How comforting is that?
Isn't it comforting that we're not going to change? Not on purpose. We are going to change accidentally. What did this podcast start out as?
It started out not this. It started out as that, and then you were like, I'd like to have some place that's way more positive. Will you come on and be positive? And I said, sure. And then I am called an idiot every goddamn week for trying to be positive.
No, that's not true.
Idiot.
No.
A naive little bird.
I don't think so. And I actually respect a lot of, I respect that a whole lot. I once again, I think it's the greatest thing. It's an absolute belief of mine.
You guys are about to be sincere, and it's gonna ruin this. I'm just being silly. I'm not. I don't think you guys really think I'm an idiot.
Everyone listening wants DJ to finish the sentence.
Okay, you're right.
You.
That's fair.
I for real feel like we're all gonna get nuked. So it's like it's reality. That's reality for me, dude. I went through. You know what's weird?
How do you have slavery and indentured servitude if you nuke everybody, or you think somebody else is going to nuke us?
Throwing hypothetical.
He thinks that's the response to slavery.
I told you about that article that I read where they were like the thing that we're worried about most is our servants while we're in the bunkers turning on us. So they're creating these shock collars and stuff like that, right?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
So yeah, well, what I mean is, a certain amount of people are gonna live. You know what I mean? Like, that's where the Han Solo stuff comes in.
Yeah, for that I just think we just need to find out where the bunkers are, and then they're the first one. Like, yeah, dog, they're gonna have three Navy SEALs protecting them or whatever. But at some point, they're. I mean,
coked out.
Yeah,
Listen,
dude.
You know I'm so with you guys. You know I want to be on Solo. I'm gonna teach my kid how to ride a tiny robot dog. I'm so with you. My only counter to this.
I'm gonna give the dog his teeth back. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm loyal to you. She gave me the only thing I've ever loved. Here's my only counter to y'all. It's already bunkers.
Yeah.
We've already got slaves.
That's what I'm talking about. Where
Like,
the
it's already happening, but we're not shooting. Like, we're not shooting them.
That was another thing that I read was like, Trump, but like Trump and like all these people own massive amounts of slaves in Dubai, in fucking Abu Dhabi, and like all these places, like Mark Zuckerberg, fucking like all these people, they already own slaves. Trump too.
Remember earlier when Carmen, you were like, well, you know what your problem is here, Drew? I really, really thought you were going to call me gay. I don't know why. I was like, she's finally going to do it. We've finally gotten to her so much.
No,
right, I'll be
gay guys are fun. I would never call you both gay. Gay guys are actually very fun.
Oh, man. I will be in Chattanooga September 5th and 6th at the Comedy Catch, the world famous Comedy Catch. I think that's trademark.
Oh my God.
I'm looking forward to it. Chattanooga's a fun city. Come on out and see me.
I'm just thinking of all the people that really want us to do a show together, like to do a live. I'm just imagining us doing this in front of an audience.
DJ, would you do a podcast in front of people?
Yeah, for sure. I'd do something like that. I do something like that, guys, for sure.
Oh God, I'm crying.
Look, Bobby's coming. I think Bobby and Kristen are getting married like October 20. Let me not say this on camera. Let me not say this on camera because I might fuck it all up and then people will think things.
So they're getting married, but what was the point?
Well, why don't you come for the wedding and we'll do a couple shows down here.
Do a podcast at the wedding?
Not at the wedding. Not at the wedding. Not at the wedding.
No, at the reception. At the reception.
I knew that's not what you meant, but I was thinking about how I'd literally rather propose at a wedding than do a podcast at a wedding.
Listen. It's gonna be a one time. I'm all rented out.
Bobby, Kristen, this is our joke. This is our gift to you.
Out. I got a shirt on.
Let's do it during the ceremony.
Oh my God.
Let's just be live Twitch stream during the ceremony.
Oh my God.
Commentary.
Oh, dynamite vows there.
We're all gonna die.
Pretty good vows, but they did not reference the coming water war. Don't know if they meant it. I was at a wedding in Colorado this last weekend, and my buddy went first. Unbelievable. I mean, he's a trial attorney. He's brilliant and good with words, but it was like, she literally said out loud, well, I should have went first.
Yep.
All right. I love you guys.
I love you guys
hold
too.
on. Let me talk to you real fast. hang on. I didn't know if you were about to sign off, but anyway, I love y'all too.
Patreon.com/ Creepy Baby Pod if you want to keep funding this.
Right. That's what I want to talk about too.
Come see me in Denver at the Denver Comedy Underground on September 26th and 27th. And then
Is that Ben Bryant's spot?
Yes.
I've heard his new spot rules. I did the lounge, Ben Kronberg, the two Bens,
Mm-hmm.
but I've heard Ben Bryant's new spot rules. Go see Carmen. It's a great spot.
Yeah, it's rad.
It's not in the church anymore.
The week before that, I'll be in Sacramento and Petaluma and Oakland, September 11, 12, 13, I think. So, yeah. But thank you guys so much for listening. Drew, I'm so glad you're here this week. You did not disappoint, dog. Bye.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets. Like,